We live, Pop-Up Podcast, episode
We live,
59.
we live.
We here with
Pop up.
BChery. Sorry for
Hey,
the sorry for the technical difficulties. We got on a little late today, but we going.
Yeah. So today we switching it up a little bit. We don't got Clay with us today. He's taking care of some business. But we do got the Queen with us though. We do got BChery. So this is definitely gonna be a lit conversation. And as y'all
oh
know,
yes.
Facts.
we got a
Of that
lot to
stuff.
talk about. We got a lot to talk about. So let's kick it off. We're not gonna get into the deep stuff right now, but to begin with, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on with the Miami Heat, right in the playoffs. So I didn't really get to watch the game, but I did see that they have advanced to the Eastern Conference. So that's
Yeah.
definitely a good look for Florida and for Miami, of course. I'm actually, I'm hoping that it's them versus the Warriors in the finals. You get what I'm saying? Like, but the Warriors kind of took a L last night, so hopefully they could come back. But definitely shout out to Miami, man. They doing their thing. EJ, what's your predictions on that? You think they could make? You think they could take it all the way?
All right, so damn, it's gonna be tough if they well, they won already, so we gotta see who wins this Boston and the Milwaukee Bucks series. Giannis is
Yeah,
going crazy. Giannis is a beast. They don't call him the Greek freak for no reason. So that
yeah,
man's gonna go crazy. He's gonna snap. But it's gonna be a tough series. I want the Heat to win the next series, but can't bet against greatness.
yeah, man, for sure. I mean, honestly, like ultimately, I kind of want to see the Warriors win it just because I think it would be cool to see them win one more as a
That's
team.
facts.
Um, you know what I mean? So definitely we gonna keep looking to see what happens with that. Quick question though for EJ, like obviously Lakers, LeBron James is completely out. Um, what do you think is next for LeBron James? Like, do you think that he has one more in him? Do you think he's
One more what
just waiting for
championship?
Bron to play with Bronny, or what's up? What you think?
Yeah, that man. He could get a championship, but he'd have to move to a championship team like
Team,
that's
right, right,
already
right.
on the way. Otherwise, he just trying to play with his son to do another milestone in his career, and then that man's gonna retire.
Yeah, yeah, you know. I don't, Boots. He's good. He's very healthy for his age. You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
um, he's obviously still balling. I just don't. I personally don't think he has another chip in him, man. Especially like you said, unless he has a young team surrounding him. You know what I mean? Or at least a really good team. I don't think. I think that's it for Brown. What does he have? Two?
Two championships? Nah. He got like
Just
four.
one?
Four.
Four. Yeah,
Yeah,
because he
yeah,
got the
yeah.
Heat. He got the Heat. He got one with the how many with the Cavs?
He got one with the Cavs, two with the Heat, and one with the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers was the bubble one.
Yeah, the bubble
The
chip.
bubble one count for you?
It counts, man. It's still basketball either way.
Got you. All right, well, just want to shout out the Miami Heat real quick. We always like do a little sports talk at the beginning, so let's keep it moving forward. Definitely looking forward to talking, getting to the end, and talk about this last thing. Um, so all right, so next let's talk about Doctor Strange. We'll talk about that real quick. I was trying to get a review to y'all in time, but we've been having a lot of technical difficulties this week with stuff as you saw. So me and EJ just couldn't get it out. But I did get to see it. I don't know, BChery, did you see it?
Nope.
Did not. EJ, did you see it?
Nah. But it's funny. I seen a TikTok about it. The guy was like, "Hey, did you?" The girl was like, "Hey, let's go watch Doctor Strange," and he's like, "Did you see this one? Did you see this one?" Part of the series, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'd be that person who didn't see none of the movies, like the ones lining up to it." So it's like,
Well,
go ahead.
interestingly enough, which is what I think is one of the good things about this movie. What I like, you really in no way have had to have seen. You don't even have. There's only one other Doctor Strange movie. You don't have to have seen that at all to understand or appreciate this one.
Got you.
Um, Even if you didn't see the last Spider-Man, which is the last direct Marvel movie before this one, if you even see that, you'd still be okay because there's really nothing that one doesn't really have anything to do with the other as far as like context. So,
Got you.
Uh-huh.
um,
I go what you're saying now.
right, and Marvel, at this point, all the movies, as long as you've even seen the Avengers, Endgame, Infinity War, whatever, you're prepared. You know what I'm saying? You know what the base is. So I definitely would say, like, don't be discouraged to see it by not having had seen the movie before or any other movies involving Doctor Strange heavily like that. It's like it's really not necessary. But I would say, is it worth the watch? Yes, I would say definitely
Yeah.
it's worth the watch. Interesting thing about it is not at all the typical Marvel movie. I would say it's far from that. Like it's a lot. It's borderline like a horror movie, to be honest. There's a lot of like scary horror elements to the point I would even say like maybe not watch it with any kids under the age of 10 or 9. You know what I'm saying? Like just because some of the imagery and a lot of the like the subtext and stuff that's going on in it, kids would just be like, yo, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of crazy stuff.
Was the first one like that?
No. It's day and night. Literally day and night. Like if you watch the first one, you'd be like, what the fuck? 2 complete different directors. So that's obviously part of the reason. And the director who directed this one, Sam Raimi, he's like, he's directed a lot of horror movies. Like he's known for horror movies and stuff like that. Like I don't know if you guys know the movie Drag Me to Hell. That was like an old one that came out back in the day. He made that. And this movie has like a lot of elements of horror stuff that he does. So it's kind of getting like polarized reviews. I say a lot of people are liking it, some people aren't. I would say if you're very used to the typical Marvel way that those movies go, and you want to see your superheroes joining on a team and win, it's like, yes, you're not gonna like it. It's not about that. This movie has zombies, witches, it has ghosts and the demons and evil book. Like
witchcraft going
on. All that shit. Like,
is it an agenda? Is it pushing an agenda?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff is in there. So I would say if you appreciate horror and you're a fan of the Marvel series, definitely go check it out. You'll like it for sure. So Doctor Strange 2, go check it out. Definitely don't want to give no spoilers. I'm actually thinking about doing kind of like a spoiler conversation with my brother who also saw it, and he likes it a lot. So, because those spoiler conversations, a lot of people on the internet are like really looking at them right now. So I was thinking about doing that. If we do that, we'll definitely post it and let y'all know. But for me, Doctor Strange 2, I would say if I'm scoring it out of 5, I would give it definitely a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I think it was a really good movie, to be honest. Action from beginning to end.
And you trying to say I won't be confused if I go and watch it right now?
Not at all. Not
even watching one.
No, if you do not have to watch that last one. Like, because even the things that happened in the last one, they explain it. Like, if something happens to you, you don't really like what they explain who the person is or how they relate to the other movie. Like, there's no need to watch. To be honest, I didn't really watch the first one. I saw maybe the first 20 minutes, but it was kind of boring to me, so I turned it off. And but this is complete opposite. This is like it does not let up from beginning to end. Yeah.
All right, so I won't watch it on bootleg. I'm gonna watch it in the theaters.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. But if you guys do the bootleg thing, you know what I'm saying? I know a couple people that watched it on their little, the little streaming
movie sites.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody sent me a good movie site.
Yeah. Like, you got the movie sites, drop the movie sites.
And they change their website like every day.
Facts, exactly.
Yeah. So if you see it on there and you see someone's got a decent upload, I say check it out, man. Check it out. All right, so like I said, check out Doctor Strange 2. Moving on, let's talk about interesting topic. This is actually a Florida topic. This is Disney World, Orlando. I didn't read too much into this because I kind of didn't want to, because I thought it was so fucking bizarre. Wow. But the other day in front of Disney World, there was a very interesting protest, and it wasn't a Black Lives Matter protest. In front of the sign, I don't know if anyone's ever been to Disney World. When you're driving in, there's that big sign, "Welcome to Disney." You have all the advertisements and stuff like that. The other day, a couple of days ago, the Nazis decided to come out. You know what I'm saying? The Nazis show themselves once every 20 years.
They're still alive?
Apparently they're out there.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They're out there and they want to be known. So yeah, I think this happened on May 8th or so a couple of days ago. They had signs talking about World War II. They had signs talking about the current governor, who I'm sure they support. And there's photos. I don't know if we have any. I think he said he might have had one or something like that. But they were out there with flags, with the swastika and everything like that. So So what do y'all think about this? Like, either I don't know if you're going to Disney World soon.
Yeah,
or
I'm supposed to be going there this summer. Like that'll be odd to
So
see.
let me ask you, as a family, particularly a black family, you know what I mean? You're driving to Disney World. You got the kids in the car and all that. You're driving up and you see the Nazis. They're outside.
Is it your business? Do you feel like it's your business?
Is it your business?
Well, first of all, it's none of my business. I just keep driving, but
keep it moving.
But the ignorant in me would want to have like a cup of like soda, like a large cup, and just toss it at them. Or piss in a cup or something. Just throw it at them, just because.
Yeah, just because.
Like, come on, y'all stretching it too long now. Like, that was so like 60 years ago.
For real?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I didn't know. You know what I mean. So what about you, BChery? Like, what do you drive up? You have a family as well. You drive up to Disney World with your family and you see that outside. What's your reaction? You keeping it moving or you like,
I'm gonna pull out my phone and Snapchat.
2022.
But I'm gonna want to know why though. Like, why? Why are they outside of Disney World out of all the places?
Yeah, that's the part.
Was Disney a Jew? Did he like? Did he like employ a lot of Jews and they just mad about that? And
I think the basis for it was maybe that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is they people said they don't really know what they was protesting, but I think it's because you know how Disney supports the whole transgender thing and all that.
Yeah.
To be real, I think that's where it's coming from. But I mean, I really don't know because I ain't a Nazi, so I wouldn't know. But if I could guess, that's what it
were they worried about stuff like that back then? Like really? Like
yeah. They don't like nobody that's not them. So,
that's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I think maybe they thought, you know, like this is like a lot of like they were correct. A lot of people are gonna drive by. They're gonna see us. It's gonna bring attention. You know, I feel like it's pretty brave. You know what I mean? Like as far as that movement, because that movement is so
hated,
frowned upon. Like you aren't just walking outside proud to do that.
Yeah.
Which ironically people were saying is crazy too, because all of them had masks on. Like they were all wearing masks. And it's like if you so about your shit, why are you covering your face?
Now we know, just like another hate group that don't ever show their face. Day.
So, but let me ask you all this: like, so we obviously know, okay, they're the Nazis. That's wrong. They shouldn't even be outside protesting. Nobody should even be, supporting that. Obviously, but as far as freedom of speech, how do y'all feel? Because, obviously, if that was the Black Lives Matters group out there, nobody could really tell them nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like, obviously you'd have people who, on the opposite side that would have their opinion. But do y'all think that they should at least have the right to be out there if other groups are allowed to be out there doing their thing?
I think usually other groups are out there because they were mistreated. So
maybe the Nazis feel like they've been mistreated. Maybe the Nazis feel like, you feel me? Maybe they feel like, But go ahead. So what you think? Do you think? What do you think? Do you think they should at least have the right to be able to protest?
I think everybody has the right to protest. It's just, I just want to know why they were protesting. Does it make sense? Like, just hearing Nazis in Disney, I just don't even see that. When they decide to show their face, it's Disney that they got smoked for.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Hurry up, man! We gotta go ride Space Mountain.
After they take off their mask and go hit up Disney World,
and go back and have fun.
All right.
I mean, I guess if you know what I'm saying, you want to go by the law, they have the right to be out there and protest. And you know what? I guess it depends on what they're really protesting. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what they was protesting. It couldn't been. I don't know, but
I think it was protesting.
Maybe somebody was mistreated.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. One of their homies.
They're like, we don't like all this non-racist shit going on. We don't like this shit.
Bring back racism.
Yeah.
We don't like all this. Like, we need shit to go back to being fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, nobody's gonna like it. Nobody's gonna like seeing the Nazis out of all groups and stuff like that out there protesting. Whatever they protest, I don't even care if they protesting something good. It just don't, like, they got that swastika flag, and it just makes it just bad.
Yeah,
whatever it is, it's not a good look at all.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with the with the notion that everyone has a right, whatever your thing is, you have a right to protest. I just feel like the venue they picked was a little bit, interesting. Like Bailey Bunch TV just said, all that money we spent, I want the full magical experience. Do that crap anywhere else. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like if I had a family and I'm driving by and I see that, it's like, come on, that's the first thing I see going into Disney World. Like, nigga, I'm trying to see Mickey Mouse. I'm not trying to see goddamn Nazis. Like,
I mean, most of the kids probably won't notice.
Yeah,
or know
what it is. You know what I mean?
But they're gonna ask. They're gonna ask though. Like, so that's what I was thinking earlier. Like, I'm driving, and my kid's like, "Hey, what's that?"
Nazis.
Look at that pretty sign, mommy.
I want one of those.
Like, no. Not pretty. They start drawing that shit. Yeah, no.
This the Disney sign, right?
No, this has nothing to do with Disney.
Disney got branded that day, boy. Some kid gonna think about that every day now.
Definitely not a good look. That's crazy. Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to get the opinion. Everyone thought.
As long as they're not doing nothing dangerous, because we know what their rep is about. So
you know what I'm saying. Which is what I was kind of concerned about, because I'm like, man, I hope they keep that shit at the entrance.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep that shit at the door. Like, we don't need y'all mixing with the rest of us doing whatever y'all do. Because I don't know what do Nazis like. What is your job? Like, not job, but like.
Well, that's not the last we'll see of them. So probably they'll be at Universal Studios next.
Yeah, they're gonna be at Universal. Then it's SeaWorld. Then Busch Gardens.
Wet and Wild.
Wet and Wild.
They're gonna be at the Rapids over here down the street from us.
They're gonna be in Palm Beach next, boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, bro, it's crazy. Shout out to Nazis, man. I guess y'all still out here. I guess y'all doing y'all thing. Yeah, facts. But we definitely gonna keep up with that. See where else the Nazis pop up next. We'll see what they doing. All right, so let's keep it pushing. Next, let's talk a little bit about updates on this whole Megan Tory situation. EJ, you was kind of telling me more about this. I don't really. So they're saying now that doctors are saying there's no bullets in her leg.
It's mixy, and it's like a whole bunch of rumors going on. So apparently, I think it was like a day or so ago, a doctor put out a statement. This is, what I'm saying, it still could be a rumor. The people are saying it's a rumor, but the doctor put out a statement saying that it was glass that was in Megan's foot and not a bullet. You know what I mean? So
those are two very different things. How would that?
So they're saying it wasn't bullet fragments. It was glass in her foot because she stepped on glass. Now, a blog came out and said that was rumors. Those reports are rumors. So it's like nobody knows the truth right now.
Well, I heard from a very valuable source.
Okay.
Reliable source.
Exclusive.
DJ
Academics.
DJ Academics.
Exclusive. You got the low.
We get the exclusives from DJ Academics.
Well, what he was saying today, because when I seen it on what we're gonna talk about, let me go find out what's really. I know I heard it, but he said that the initial report said she does have bullet fragments in her ankle, but the police report she says she didn't. That's pretty much what it was. Because
so who wrote did she write the police or the police wrote it?
She didn't. I don't think she really knew that she got shot from what it sounded like. But she said she was lying. So when she said that, but she said, she stepped on glass or something like that. But from what my understanding, she just heard a loud noise and ran away. But she didn't know that it was bullets at the time.
But loud. I thought she got shot in the car.
No, remember how she said the man said dance?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to laugh.
She remembered the dance bitch part.
She said Tori told her to dance.
So they was outside of the car. They were not inside.
I think she was outside and he was inside?
He was inside the car, the back seat. And the gun happened to be under his seat when the police went and got everything. So pretty much, it could be anybody's gun, but it was under his seat at the time.
Yeah.
So that's...
Wow, that's mixy. I don't know. This thing is like I don't know. Like Meg is not seeming like a very reliable source when it comes to this information of the incident. And Tori has been reliable from day one. So it's like I don't know. Like
everybody was drunk.
That too.
She was fist fighting her friend.
And apparently she was mad and she wanted to go and they was drunk and all that.
All I know is academics said on the police report the girls was fist fighting also.
Her friend is not like a famous, no one famous, just like a friend of hers.
She's famous now, but
oh yeah,
well. They were fist fighting over Tory. I don't know.
Over Tory.
It just sounds like a crazy 5-minute thing, and it's now lasting like years.
Yeah.
My man must have thought he was Wayne Brady. You remember that skit with Dave Chappelle? That's the only thing I think of.
That's all I imagine when he says dance.
Shoots out the window. I'm like, yo, anyway,
but
that's a crazy story.
Being drunk and intoxicated kind of makes all this make more sense as far as it not making sense. You know what I mean? Like, but
you don't know. You know those celebrity parties be more than alcohol.
Oh yeah,
that's what I said.
They were only drunk,
intoxicated with whatever, like whatever you want.
I don't even think she wanted to get stopped by the cops. She's like, I hope this shit out of my system, whatever it could be. Man.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, my thing is, if he or anyone in that car did have a gun and shoot at her in her direction, whatever, then that's wrong. They should deal with whatever consequence comes, right? But if she doesn't, it seems like she don't really know herself, but she doesn't want to say she don't know. So she's making all these narratives of like, this is what happened. Because
I think her back was turned, so she doesn't really know who shot her. She probably just assumed it was him.
Right.
But then it probably was. We don't know.
Yeah. She probably maybe she knows that it was his gun, but it could have been somebody else. And Tory don't want to be like, it wasn't me, it was this person, because then he looked like a snitch.
Because the girl also said she needs a representative when they came over there and asked her questions.
So Tory may just be quiet, like, you know what I'm saying, not snitching.
They both asked for representatives at the scene of the crime. So.
So both of them was trying to take Megan out. That's what she's saying.
It was a conspiracy.
I don't know which
conspiracy behind this one.
Conspiracy at this point. All right. Well, I mean, this is obviously we mentioned it on the last episode, but I just find it kind of crazy that she's allowed to just talk about it so openly during the court process.
I know.
It's kind of strange.
Like the documents is floating all over the place. People giving everybody whatever. That's why sometimes I think this might just be something that's just for show, because it shouldn't be that hard to know if somebody shot you in the foot. Like, why is this so confusing?
Bro, so confusing. It's
everybody's alive in this incident, so you don't know who shot who got. Come on, this sounds like a whole long ass soap opera.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, there's obviously gonna continue being updates on this.
Wait, how long we been talking about this? Because I feel like this has been like a million episodes that we talked about Megan Tory
since we started the fucking podcast. like,
damn,
we probably talked about this on episode 1. Like,
for real,
the whole music industry is surrounding this whole situation. Yeah, it's ridiculous at this point.
The whole music industry is getting crazy, particularly that rap is getting wild right now. Like, it's too much. But we gonna get to all of that. But so yeah, we're gonna keep up with Meg and Tory and all this drama and see if we ever can unfold what actually happened that fateful night in that car. And if we ever know, we don't know what's gonna happen. But all right, so let's keep it pushing. Let's talk about another polarizing topic that just has been, I don't know. This one's been even getting me kind of in my feelings. You feel me? Like, so Kevin Samuels is gone. He's official. On the last episode was the day that things we didn't know for sure. He was just kind of missing, and it was reported he was dead, but it's official. He unfortunately died. Coincidentally, not surprising for him, he died in the company of a woman that he was spending the night with.
Give more in detail.
I mean, I wasn't there. He was
on top. He was on top.
Wait, what? He was on top of her?
That's what I heard. I heard this was in the middle of sex.
He was doing the do.
Nah.
To his last
when it went down, man.
Oh shit. That's why people say.
You know how you said, well, you gonna do it till you can't do it no more?
Do it till you can't do it no more.
That's why people say he died horny.
Killed the nigga. Nigga died in
horny. Horny is when you're not getting none. You just want some.
Bro, that girl could not go around and be like, a nigga died in my pussy, bro. That's how the pussy killed him.
She sucked the soul out of him.
He gone, bro. You don't want this.
To the soul snatcher.
Um,
Damn.
but so this obviously has been, you know, opinions have been diverse on this.
Yeah, definitely.
People like me who, you know, death is the final frontier. You don't come back from it. You know what I'm saying?
Inevitable.
It's, you know, I personally don't believe in, unless you did something morally wrong. You get what I'm saying? Unless you was touching the kids, you was raping the ladies. You know what I'm saying? You was murdering. I am not gonna support you dying of natural causes. You know what I'm saying? Prematurely, when, you know, that's like, I think Kevin Samuels, like many people on the internet right now, found a niche section that worked for him, that people reacted to, that people gave him views for, and he dove into it.
Yeah.
Was it appropriate?
You know,
Not all the times. It was. No, I'm gonna let you. I know. I'm gonna let you. Was it appropriate? Not all the time. Was it positive all the time? No, obviously not. But the man was doing the same thing everyone else on the internet is doing, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? He was just doing his thing with it. Do we know for a fact that Kevin Samuels in his personal life off camera was exactly the person he was on camera? No, we don't know that. We don't know that for sure. You know what I mean? So to me, death is real. Death is not the internet. He didn't die on YouTube. He didn't, you know what I mean? He died in real life, IRL, as they say. So I'm not gonna support or be like, yeah, bro, why we giving a fuck about a nigga dying who said this and that, whatever. It's like, dude, that was his internet job. That's like saying, why we care about Leonardo DiCaprio dying because he was a slave owner. He wasn't a slave owner. He played a slave owner in Django. That don't mean that the nigga just...
that man was not playing that role. He was not playing. But
Kevin,
that's what I'm saying. Wait, who you talking about, Leo or Kevin?
He was not playing.
Who are you talking about?
Leo or Kevin?
Kevin was not playing.
You don't think that's what I'm... Well, that's the debate. Some people think Kevin was not playing. I think while he maybe was not playing, I think he was very dedicated to a role that he knew was getting him money. That's what I feel. I don't think... Because if we look at the beginning of Kevin Samuels' YouTube career, he wasn't doing this. Like, it wasn't strictly just, oh, I'm dishing out criticism to women or black women. That wasn't
yeah.
I feel like once that got the reaction that he needed for his career to take off, that's when he was like, well,
but that's his legacy now.
This is what I'm gonna give him. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So that's my little take on it. But I'm gonna let BChery talk because
you can let
All right, Don. Okay, so Don,
let him talk.
How do you feel about it?
So yeah. So I'm kind of in the same place with that. Like, although I disagree with a lot of things he was saying, right? It's like you said, BChery, he's gonna pass away, and that's all the stuff that you're gonna pull up, like all his what he's saying towards women, black women, and even black men too, because I've seen snippets of him slaying black men. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I still wouldn't use these things to condone like saying, oh, he should die because of that, because like people are crazy on the internet. They snap and talk about something. Yo, he deserved to die because of it. Like,
I seen some wild shit, bro.
But you know, this is the internet.
Yeah. The internet, they gonna snap
right there. Why is it allowed to be the internet for people, but not for Kevin Samuels? For Kevin Samuels, it was not the internet. That was real.
Because like when you're talking about people leaving comments off of something that you did, that's when you say it's the internet. Like when they're responding.
You wouldn't agree that what he was doing was just like you would see niggas in the comments going ham. It's like he did the same shit, but just took it to a bigger level and made a platform off of being that person. You know, like
which
you see a
true.
person in the comments, you're like, oh, this nigga trolling. That's a troll.
But most of his stuff wasn't scripted. So when you say play a role, you're talking about like scripted.
No, not literally scripted.
He was like literally live roasting women, and then he's spreading a narrative that, like, you know, especially with just acting. Let's say we just go with roles and we talk about representation. We make a big deal about how we are represented on movies. We're tired of seeing roles where you always see a gangster, a thug, or when somebody's wearing blackface and acting all chuck and jivey. You feel me?
Are we?
So we don't like that. We try to fight against that. So you got this man here who's playing this role that's separating the black man and the black woman by, he's
You think?
literally
Hold
going.
the
Because
phone.
I
Hold the
seen a
phone.
thing that he said. He was like, black women need a blood. I forgot what he said. Because I try to like erase it out of my mind because I don't want it playing in my head. Because he doesn't represent every black man either. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
He might have had a big platform, but I know that is not what we only have as black women as a man. And if he's just playing a role, that's fine. I just need to know that something like that doesn't have to only exist in my world. Now, what you saying, people celebrating his death, people die every day. We're going to die. However, him dying was just so awkward because he just got a lot of success. Mm-hmm. Usually villains like that live a little longer. He lived like 2% of what I expected. I thought he was going to be real old.
2%. He said he lived like 2% of what I thought.
Like, I obviously think he was robbed of his career and everything.
He's robbed of his life. His whole life.
I just feel like I really saw him having a TV show. Like, I really saw him having a lot of...
That's true. He did get robbed of his career.
As much as I didn't like him, that doesn't mean that the way he marketed himself and brand himself wasn't a great way that he did it. You feel me? You saw KS and you knew it was Kevin Samuels. You know, like the man just went so fast, and it's only been like a year. However, the reason why people are laughing is because you made fun of women saying, you know, if you're over 200 pounds or if you're 35 and up, you're leftover goods. Like, really just talking about women horribly. And, you know, people are like, you know, you talking about a girl being 200 pounds is unhealthy. However, you weren't healthy yourself, clearly, because...
Damn, you got a point there.
You can't just be going in on people about this, but did you go to the doctor or did you not listen to the doctor? Either way, whatever you was preaching, and you ain't even 220, he don't even look like he was close to 200, and you're gone. So that was the ironic part. That's what everybody was really writing from what I read. Like, okay, it's ironic that you preach this and that, but on your dying day, you're totally the opposite. And plus, you wasn't married. Like, you had divorces and shit. Like, come on.
Right.
But hey, I'm not celebrating his death. I just find it awkward. I'm still not believing that he died. I don't.
Well, I mean, first off, doctors, whether you healthy or not, or you go to the doctor or not, they can't predict heart attacks. They can't predict strokes and shit like that. Like, so
if he had high blood pressure, though, like, you know,
yeah, maybe he knew all of that. Maybe he knew he was unhealthy. Maybe he knew he had high blood pressure. He was stressed out. Maybe he knew all of that. As far as him being a villain, I think that's a little extreme.
I think he was a villain to a lot of black women.
He was a villain to black women as a black woman myself.
He was like they. Like,
I don't know. I think
they wasn't fucking with Kevin Samuels, boy.
I think there's a lot of forces in America alone right now that are much more of a threat to black women and the lives of black women than Kevin Samuels, and I think y'all should watch out for those and not worry about Kevin Samuels.
Which is true, but when you have a community of men get so passionate, you know, there's girls that, okay, I was on TikTok. There's a girl that was like, oh my God, I just found out my boyfriend is a Kevin Samuels follower. And all of us are like trying to support her. I said, oh girl, that's worse than cheating. Because some guys, and I'm not going to say it's for you guys. I don't know how you guys act personally. But I could tell you naturally when a woman like me, whatever I just said, that dude would have started calling me bitter already. He would have already started telling me the statistics that just came out of his ass. He would have already started saying anything just to downplay anything I just said. It doesn't matter what I said. As long as it sounds like, oh, Kevin Samuels wasn't such a nice guy. He would have already said, he's telling the truth. He's like, you know what I'm saying? A real Kevin Samuels follower is a little delusional. Maybe he was delusional before then, but I feel like Kevin kind of put a battery on their back and just...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like nobody should be a follower of nobody. So it's like if you already a Kevin Samuel, unless we're talking about following on social media, that's different. But if you're talking about you follow Kevin Samuels. Like they're like, bro, something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mad niggas not follow, worship that dude, bro. Like
that's their dad.
He had his
little
coat.
Group of men right now that fake, just like there's a group of women, and it's popular right now for women to basically hate men, but still want to be in the dating world for some reason with men. There's groups of men who low key hate women and is in their feelings about it. And sometimes when you already live in Gotham City, you just waiting for Batman to show up. You get what I'm saying? So when Batman shows up, you're like, oh yes, fine.
They're gonna have a new one. They already have new ones, right? They already got somebody, I bet.
Oh yeah. What's the boy's name? Fresh and Fit podcast. They still out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
that be lining up that's the ones that be having the girls in like the group.
Yeah.
I think them niggas is worse.
The boys.
Bro,
they just don't have a big following.
It's there. It's getting there. Well, I haven't seen it in a minute.
Said his heart couldn't handle the lady of the night he hired. Oh yeah, so the other T, I don't know if y'all know.
He's tricking.
So yes, his friend pretty much is the one that called the police, and everybody on social media knew before his mama did.
Oh yeah.
That's how she found out.
That's a messed up way to find out.
So clearly that girl was not close to his family or nothing to be able to call his mama or somebody.
I knew that. He said.
So they say he died alone too.
From what I read, he met the woman like the day before or something like that. Yeah, like I've read it. It was like the day before he met her, at like a party or an event or something like that. Yeah, that's what she told the police. They asked her, "When did you meet him?" She said, "I met him just yesterday at a party or an event, some type of thing, and he invited me over, and I came over." That's what she told.
Well, you know what? I mean, I guess there's a whole group of people who thought he was gay at one point. I guess that kind of
it helped, clear that up.
Cleared that up a little bit. You know, not necessarily all the way up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not necessarily all the way up, but
had no clear shit up about that.
You know what I'm saying?
If it was Tuesday night, that might have been a dude that was there that got that.
That's true.
It's just kind of so you guys got to understand he died on Cinco de Mayo, so it's kind of hard for some people to mourn him because they was too busy sipping on margaritas and stuff like that. So just
but I'm not expecting nobody to mourn Kevin Samuels or anyone to be sad he died. I just don't believe in.
Oh, they're celebrating. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't one of the people that celebrate because I still got a lot to do in this world. I don't need that.
Yeah, I just don't see good
he died unexpectedly. But I will not be mourning that man at all. He wasn't respecting me while he was alive. I'm pretty sure he's at peace, not caring about what's going on.
Would you say all the black women in your circle respect black men, like on a daily basis? Like, would you say that when you hang out with black girls and stuff like that, they speak?
I mean, who do we only date? We only date y'all.
Not talking about dating. And I appreciate that because there's a lot of girls.
We only hold down y'all. We be holding y'all down. Doing this, that most of y'all, I'm not saying y'all, y'all got some niggas that's y'all friends that don't work or it's in between, getting out of jail or something. And guess who's holding them down? You get what I'm saying? Like mostly us. So we get the end of the stick when y'all are frustrated, angry. So we angry back at y'all. You feel me? Because dang, I'm doing this and you acting like this. And then sometimes y'all get up and then y'all.
But would you say that black women also right now are not very good at finding good black men? Y'all seem to attract and
it's never been easy to find it. It's never been easy to find it. It's never been easy to find it. Because y'all wasn't in a position to be good from the jump with, what you call that thing? I always go back to this. What's that white man name for slavery? Fuck.
Which white man? Oh,
he made a book. Willie Lynch.
I know what you're talking about. I know the book that you're talking
Willie
about.
Lynch, separate from the family, mess it up for 4 generations.
Yeah.
We're bickering and fighting with each other all the time. But I'm not gonna get in that deep. But when have y'all ever had a good stance? Y'all just starting to get most of y'all good right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you guys was perfect in the 60s, in the 80s, 2000, you see more male doctors coming out and stuff like that. You see more this and that.
What a nigga's job got to do with him being a good
Because you're a provider. You have to be a provider. We're not in the jungle jungle times where you have
So
to
let me
go
ask you
kill
this.
lions
Women,
and
I'm
stuff.
very confused. I live in 2022 when all this woman, equal rights, feminism shit is going on.
But
Do y'all
what woman?
Do y'all want niggas to be providers and open doors and shit for y'all and
Just
make it?
because
Or
you
do y'all
see,
want y'all own shit? What's
just because you've seen some white women back in the days who had the privilege to protest for equal rights because y'all was getting some good stuff and they didn't like that, so they want to make sure they get more than what the black man got because they was already upset with what the white man was getting. So then you black men are starting to almost equal up. Hold up. Before they can get anything, let us get something. And then they try to drag us into it. If you really look at that equal rights movement or feminist movement, most of us black women are like, yo, we at the bottom. We're not even trying to be on any of that y'all got going on. I don't do.
But y'all don't be saying that.
I mean, I don't have to walk around and say, this all day. I just move.
But y'all go around saying fuck black men all day. Y'all can do that.
You can't say y'all because I'm not gonna say
Like,
all
what?
black men say that too. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say
no,
that.
I feel like y'all like kind of don't know what y'all want really, and I feel like when there's men that are black men that are like good stand-up dudes, because they don't give off the vibe that y'all want, y'all don't gravitate towards that.
I mean, think about it. If you're a good stand-up dude, are you dating every black woman? Like when you say y'all, you get what I'm saying? Like, what are you attracting? What are you talking? Who are you talking to? Like that's just like when we date a black guy that's horrible, that we end up finding out got 5 baby mamas or this and that, and then you guys like you should have chose better. Okay, why are you saying that about us? You should choose better too. It's not like every single black girl is bitter or this. You just be choosing the wrong person that's not for you.
Over and over and over and over.
Same thing over here.
Like,
Same thing over here, baby. Same thing over here, baby. Because you got some dog ass friends.
I do. But I don't see the connection.
And they don't just dog black women. They dog any woman.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think it's like a black man thing. Men are just kind of doggish. You get what I'm saying? But I think because white guys have blonde hair and a pretty smile, black guys get the entire dump of what's bad about men. You get what I'm saying? Like there's black girls that refuse to date black men, but they'll date shitty white men. And they'll put up with the terrible things these white dudes do to them. But when a black guy does, they won't even let a black guy step a pinky out of line because he's black. But if they dating a white guy or a Spanish dude, like
you really don't be seeing black relationships that last for 2 years, 10 years that's toxic, like, or a girl that just dates. Black women really is the what you call it, the demographic that do not date out their race as much as everybody else.
That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit.
We're beginning to. No, we're actually the lowest. We're the ones that complete actually bullshit. Stick
there's
with.
More. Let me tell you something. There's more black girls right now dating white dudes than there's black guys dating
now. And
now.
it should be that way. It should be that way. Everybody should have a chance to date everybody at this point. Because right now, I ain't gonna lie, most of the times I don't feel appreciated by the black man. Why? We march for y'all. We do all that for y'all. But then y'all gather around with KS and then start saying we fat, we this, we no good, we bitter, we that. But then when you watch the episodes on Snapped. Do you ever watch Snapped on Lifetime?
I've seen it before.
You only see one episode or two with a black girl. All seasons is a white woman.
That's because a black girl gonna snap and not gonna snitch on herself and go on TV and tell the whole story. A black girl gonna.
Those women don't tell their story.
Listen,
them ladies is gone.
A black girl's gonna find the most slickest, deepest way to bring harm to your life without you even being able to prove.
You never watched Snapped. You haven't watched Snapped. A black woman brings harm to your life. A white woman literally gives you the same lemonade every day that's your favorite and slowly poison you, and then you're dead.
I don't know. We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one because I feel...
I'm just saying, don't make it seem like we the ops out here because trust me, anybody can give it to you.
This is what the white man wants. He wants the black man and the black woman to be ops.
Black woman to be ops so bad. I don't even see like white people talking against each other saying white, like white women, white men. They don't even do that. You feel me?
But that's what I'm saying. But you don't think that black, like, I would say black women and men like Kevin Samuels are the patriots of this. They're the ones who make this happen because all they do is think of negative things about
And that's where we need to find the root cause of what it is. And that
it's
maybe
us. The root
maybe
cause is
everybody
us.
needs to go seek
we have these thoughts
therapy.
and feelings for
A
each
lot
other.
of us don't seek therapy. A lot of us are still mad about something that happened when we were little kids. And, you know, like, it's a lot, you know, and we're just projecting on each other because it's so easy. And then we don't have all the resources to really know what to do to handle our issues and then get along with each other. So instead, we like, you know how many times I sit in a room and it's black man against black. I just broke up with my ex 2 months ago because he tried to have that conversation with me, and I was like, "Yo,
you broke up with a nigga for trying to have a conversation?"
Because it was like you black women. It's like, okay, if you feel that way, why are you with a black woman? Because all you're doing is making me feel like I'm a bad person if you're with me.
But don't you think black men feel the same way when black girls
and
black men the same way?
that's why I tell black women when they get mad when they see a black man with a white woman, why do you care? Go get a black man that likes a black woman, because they're out there. But there's some black men that just really feel like black women are horrible.
It's the result of single parent homes, in my opinion.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
They always try to blame it on like the mama.
Yeah,
I hope when he say single parent homes, it's also the fault of the absent parent too. You know, like, don't just try to make it seem like it's the person who tried to make things work fault. Because obviously they're not gonna have all the tools and they're gonna have to work 2 jobs. They can't be home. But I
think that's what they're saying. Like, I think they're saying the dynamic of having one parent who has to provide and has to be out of the home is going to affect
and don't leave out that it could be a culture thing too. Because remember, you'll see white families or husband and wife who've been together for years that don't even like each other. They hate each other. They hate each other. They're just together because that this is, you know what I'm saying, it works, and you know they can pay bills.
Does it make black people any better? Because
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it could be a culture thing. So that their culture is just to stay together. But so it just looks like, you know what I'm saying, they're dealing with this.
Till we can find a way to get a hitman on your ass.
You know what I mean? But black people's just like, yo, fuck this, I'm out. Like, I ain't dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it could be a culture thing, but
yeah, I guess that's it's a shame to divorce and stuff. Most people, you know, when you're not married in the first place. Why do you care to stick around? You ain't even got like a legal commitment.
A great percentage of women only respect position. I truly hate how people like to make believe money and position is not a major factor. A regular chick will not hit a Chris Brown with their list.
Basically, he's saying, you know, money and status. Like, you gotta have that.
And again, I'll agree with him on that.
But there's so many dudes that are married that don't got shit going on.
But we not just talking about married people. We talking about even getting, if a black girl will put up, if this could be a nigga that hits her, a nigga that cheats on her, a nigga that uses her money, steals from her, as long as he's providing in some type of way and he's paying bills, she's cool. She'll let all that shit slide. That's you. That's your problem. That's not, that's your own insecurities. That's you not willing to get up. One of the black girls' main problem right now, why all this bad shit is happening with black men.
This guy talks some Kevin Samuels put women back in their place. Be quiet. I can't see. I told you, that's how I know you're not a Kevin Samuels supporter, because you would have been said that to me when I first said anything.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not a supporter. I don't even agree with that statement. That I get what he's saying. Would I say he was putting black women in their place? No, I would say that's stupid. Like, he was not putting no black women in their place. I would say he was attempting to, like, you know, he was doing what he was getting views for, bro. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's what they need to understand.
And
like you were saying,
if Kevin Samuels woke up one day, went on YouTube and said, "Guys, this shit is done. From now on, I'm doing unboxing videos. I'm unboxing Xboxes." That's what I felt like would have eventually happened. His subscription would have went down. You know what I'm saying?
But I really think that once he capped off of whatever he wanted, I feel like he would have changed the narrative. That's why I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to see him do
let me ask you this. Yeah. Because this is something that some of the DP just said. Kevin Samuels wasn't lying, though. He was harsh, but he spoke the truth. That is a sentiment that to some extent I would agree. Because, for example, I'm going to ask you this straight up. if he's talking to a black woman, and from appearance, we all have eyes, we can see she's large, maybe very not good looking, maybe she's a 4 out of a 10, whatever, hair all fucked up, whatever. If Kevin Samuels says to her, bitch, you look disgusting, is he lying?
That's because his preference is clearly not a black woman.
No. We're not talking about preference.
Because there's too many married. There's too many married women that are heavy
set. We walk in the IHOP and we see a fat person sitting there, we know that person is fat. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just up to you if you want to be the kind of person to say that out loud and make the person feel bad, or if you're going to keep it to yourself. The truth is the truth. I'm black. I'm dark skinned. I can't go outside and pretend to be light skinned. If a nigga comes up to me and says, damn, nigga, you dark. Oh, yeah, you're right. I am. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but fat doesn't mean you're not attractive. You get what I'm saying? That's like exactly, the way he tried to make it seem like, oh, nobody's going to ever want you. You're going to die alone. Hang up because you're trying to talk to a grown-ass man. You're insulting a woman, heavy on insulting, going off on her. And then when she tries to defend herself, this is my show. And you need to know how to talk to a grown-ass man. Get off my show.
But this is the thing.
It's like, okay. You see how we're talking? You're not hanging up on me. Like, come on.
I get that. But that part of it, to me, is the part that was part of the act and what got people hyped and got them to look at his stuff. And another thing, what if you don't like the nigga? Why are you on his show? It's his show. You cannot go on late night.
Well, he was giving life advice at first, and I guess that first girl that he tried, it wasn't the first girl he talked to.
Something took off.
But he tried to shit at her, and she wasn't even fat. He was just saying you're a 2 or something, and whatever.
And she probably was.
But you know what? So you're telling me the whole world's gonna see her as a 2 just because that man who's been divorced twice? Not.
And that's
divorced twice.
And that's where I would say I disagree with what he did. Because I feel like, me personally, I with my own eyes have seen some very not good looking people with somebody. They was happy kissing. They got I feel like everybody has somebody.
Scroll down TikTok. You'll see them all over TikTok.
Because it's about the connection at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying?
No matter what you got, whether you got one eye, whatever it is, you fat, you discolored or whatever, you got somebody will love you. You just
size 2 girls get played every day.
Well, the what you can see is that, I mean, the man died having sex with a likely prostitute. So he wasn't
black either, so he was not interested in black women. So everything he had to say was not like, if you're already not attracted to that, then you're just gonna always.
Did he ever say that? Like, I'm not attracted to black women?
Well, we would always only see pictures of him with like the other kinds. So that's when we're like, whatever. That's what you like. That's what you like. But he pandered towards dudes like who's in this comment section to make them feel a little better about themselves on why a certain girl probably don't want to talk to them, and thought, ooh, let's bring her down. Let's bring her self-esteem down and make her know you can't get this kind of guy. This is all you can get. He was not talking to no high value man, because real high value men do not sit in comment sections or be on YouTube watching a dude.
What is a high value man?
Pretty much a man who's about his business. His time is not spent on the internet that long, and he's probably not following.
Some niggas make money off the internet. Some niggas' money is on the internet.
Yeah, they make the money off of it, but are they making money talking in the comment section? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, Elon is a high value man, and I don't even think he's talking about KS. He probably don't even know who this guy is.
Elon is the Antichrist.
You're not even sitting in the table with none of these guys that's on the Forbes list. Like, stop it. You're trying to get there by using these guys' emotions to get there. I got it. But I think these guys need to pay attention to that and know when they were being swindled. But it sucks because we'll never know if he would have turned, because he's gone now.
R.I.P. Kevin Samuels.
R.I.P. Kevin Samuels.
R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, bro. But
I'm going to take notes on his marketing tactics. It was great. He did great.
That's true.
In a short period of time.
Well, we obviously won't be hearing from Kevin again, but I'm sure we'll talk about him and his legacy that he left behind.
We're going to see it a lot on the internet, because it's going to be there for however long the internet's going to be around.
He took out he shed a light on what I don't want. So whenever somebody gets into like saying anything and getting on, I was like, good, you're not. Thank you. You made it easy for me to figure you out. Thank you. Let's keep it moving.
Right.
That's
Well, so we gonna move on. We're gonna keep it pushing.
yes.
So next we're gonna talk about music stuff. I don't really know much about. Well, I know who Jack Harlow is, obviously.
Who's Jack Harlow?
But
Jack
Jack
Harlow?
Harlow dropped the album last night, I believe, or the night before.
Yeah, like 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. I didn't hear it. I'm not to be honest, not the biggest Jack Harlow fan. I get it. I get the hype and all that. He just does not come off to me as a real, genuine person or musician. So,
why not?
First off, I would say that I don't bless you. I don't bless you. I don't believe in the term really, or use the term industry plant, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to believe in it and to use it, Jack Harlow would be the fucking split image, and he'd be the paper boy for what I would think industry plant is.
That's funny because he brought that up in the interview too.
Huh?
He brought that up in the interview too. Like everybody's saying that I'm an industry plant and all this stuff, but like,
and you know, sometimes to me, I feel like industry plant don't even literally gotta mean, to me, it don't gotta mean, someone that industry or whatever went and found and put them in the game. It could be someone who did a little something, started to get attention and get numbers and get money, and the industry then captured them and exploited it. And I think that's exactly what niggas is doing with Jack Harlow right now. Like,
that's true. I can kind of see that. But
what has he done? For sometimes you have how I look at it as, does your level of fame match what you've done? Jack Harlow has managed to get to like a Kendrick Lamar level of fame without any Kendrick Lamar effort.
I don't know about Kendrick, but
what?
I get what you're saying. He's very recognized
right now.
Would
argue with me and say every person in the world that knows who Kendrick Lamar is doesn't know who Jack Harlow is?
Well, everybody sees him as a babe, so he's already a heartthrob. He's a heartthrob already. So
again, this fixation on white curly-haired white boys for some reason that look like they're 12.
And he's cool.
Is he?
So with Jack, so like I've listened to his music before he even started popping. And even on like interviews, he says like, okay, a lot of people think he's an industry plant, but like he put in a lot of work to get there. This wasn't like, a lot of people have overnight success, like start making music 2-3 years ago, kind of like Lil Baby did. He just hopped out the streets and was like, yeah, let me start making music, and then boom, takes off.
And that's
City
what
Girls,
Jack
City
Harlow
Girls.
that's what Jack Harlow and all the white the niggas that are behind him want you to believe, that he's a harder worker than Lil Baby because he was doing it. Not true.
I honestly
Jack
think
Harlow
he's
has not worked any harder than any rapper that is either less or more famous than him. EJ, let me tell you something, EJ. You have worked harder than Jack Harlow in your life. You have done more work than Jack Harlow. You have more talent than Jack Harlow.
Yes, you have.
So don't sit there and Jack Harlow, bro. Trust me. If Jack Harlow woke up and had to look at the work you done, he'd be like, oh, this is not the game. I can't do this. He wouldn't do it. Trust me. Don't think otherwise. Jack Harlow made one
He's
album.
younger too now.
If it was not even for the What's Poppin' song, nobody would give a fuck about Jack Harlow, bro. The man made one song.
Baby.
What happened?
The industry baby with Lil Nas X is what I think put him out there.
But there would be
more. It's more What's Poppin'. Yeah, it's more What's Poppin'. But like I said, like that man made albums before that. Like honestly, I think he's a better artist than somebody like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we're talking about this current album's trash. I can be honest and say that's just trash. But
that's why the album is trash. Look at
it got like
Bobby
2-3 good songs on there.
Bobby Smurder's trash. He made one album and the song was hot or whatever. Then he went to jail and he's come back and proved he really don't got it in him. Just like Jack Harlow. I saw his little post about this album last night. Man, I worked so hard on it. I did all this shit. Nigga, it's trash. You was in the studio doing all that for no fucking reason. It's trash. Why in the world, how could you, if you had, name me 5 rappers who are like, say the Young Thug, Gunna's, Lil Baby, whoever. Lil Baby ever disappointed you? He ever put out some shit where you like, man, this shit was trash for a little bit? No.
I hear people saying Jack Harlow's thing was trash.
To say Jack Harlow's a better artist than Lil Baby when niggas like Lil Baby and Gunna are, even when sometimes they don't bring heat, but they constantly, they're not bringing trash.
You know what the issue is? I can tell you exactly. I feel like Jack Harlow's trying to compete on their level. He's not like
No,
because
he's trying to stay afloat in an industry and a culture where he's technically not wanted or accepted. There has been no successful white rapper since Eminem. I don't care what nobody wants to say.
He need to rap like Eminem.
There has been no successful white rapper since. You can even argue maybe that Jack Harlow is the most successful white rapper since Eminem.
Mac Miller.
He's aware of that. He knows that it's gonna take a lot for him to stay afloat.
How about Logic?
Music. Huh?
Nah, not Logic. I'm thinking. I would say Mac Miller maybe. I don't know.
Nah. Wait, who you said? Logic? No.
Logic, not Logic. Mac Miller, I think.
Logic and Mac Miller, right? If you want to talk lyrically or songs or whatever, I don't know because I don't listen to their songs.
How about Russ? What's that guy named Russ?
Fuck Russ. Russ ain't even on the. Russ is not even on the thing. Russ is out of the fucking. He's not even on the thing. If you're talking about stamp that you've made on the music, rap culture music, Jack Harlow has made a far bigger stamp at this point than both Logic and Russ and other homeboy you named, Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. At this point, Jack Harlow Mac Miller had to actually put in work to even get to where he was at. And he still, I don't think, was touching what Jack Harlow's touching right now. Like, Jack Harlow is getting to the point where you're seeing him everywhere. His face is like on bags of Skittles and shit like that.
The industry's definitely making him the poster boy, right?
But he got politics,
the rap
right?
They're trying to make him the poster boy of the rap industry. I mean, yeah, that's stupid as hell. I don't think he should be the poster boy of the rap industry right now. I don't like Lil Baby music like that, but I think Lil Baby could be more of like the poster boy of the rap industry right now, not Jack Harlow. And I feel like they're pushing Jack Harlow.
Why would you say that you? What do you enjoy more about Jack Harlow's music than you would enjoy about Lil Baby's music?
I feel like from not this album, because I was listening to this album, but the last one that he dropped, I feel like there's records on there. I don't know. I don't know. I just like the Jack Harlow's vibe a little more. His you know what I'm saying? Like his beat selection to me, I guess
you probably feel like Lil Baby's probably like the same.
Yeah, Lil Baby comes off like kind of like the same to me, and like
you can kind of tell where he's
I don't think Lil Baby's versatile at all. You know what I'm saying? And he just makes hits because right now that's the sound that people like, and he goes in on it. You know what I mean? And it does sound good. I can't cap. But as for like versatility, I would go with Jack Harlow over Lil Baby.
I give like Lil Baby, like he does have great wordplay, but it's just sometimes I want to feel a different flow. Like I want to feel a different sound vibe. Yeah. Like when I go to your next track, I want to give me a different feel or something, not like the same.
And that's where and on this album, that's where Jack Harlow messed up. Like I said, he's trying too hard, like kind of stay on like little bit trappish, that hype shit. Like, yo, just do you and you'll be straight. But I feel like he's trying to compete with people that like he really shouldn't be trying to compete with when it comes to like music and shit.
You say he should just be himself.
Yeah, just be yourself. I feel like
you can tell he's
too much thought was put in the. Yeah, he's not being
himself.
He said he can't be himself.
He could because what got him here was being himself. Like if you go look back at some of Jack Harlow's shit, like right now he's not being himself. Back then he was like a little white boy with glasses. You know what I'm saying, in Kentucky doing some whatever he was doing.
But just like your boy Kevin Samuels, Jack Harlow saw that when he put on a certain costume, people ran to it. And he's like, "Well, I ain't taking this costume off."
Yeah, I mean,
it's staying on.
He hanging out with Drake and stuff and doing all of that. He trying to,
Like what's popping is not even.
Those white boys always go back to what they're normally used to doing, like Justin Bieber, like all them Justin Timberlake. They went back and
right.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with Jack Harlow, but this album wasn't that great, to be real. It's like
a lot of people say it wasn't
two tracks
good.
on there that's pretty good.
There's no way it would be good. I knew it would be good for the cover. He's sitting on any album. This is fucking history. Any album where the nigga's on the cover in front of the mic recording it is trash. It's never good.
That's mixtape. That's mixtape. What are you doing, sir?
Good. It's never good. That's the whole point.
Some people's like, "Oh, I feel bad for saying something about Drake's album after listening to Jack Harlow." I was like, "Damn!" Like, first of all, Drake,
they said what?
They were saying stuff like, "I feel bad about criticizing Drake's album after listening to Jack Harlow."
Oh yeah, I'd listen to Drake's whole fucking discography from beginning to end before I listen to that album. One time, trust me. I know that man ain't saying nothing on the album I'm trying to hear.
You don't like
But
that
yeah.
song? I've been a G-L-A.
Oh, that song.
Oh, that song. You know what I'm saying?
I only know the hook. Other than that, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
And that song is only even nice because it samples the fucking the other song. And our kids, our generation, it registers in our mind because that song came out when we was in high school and it was lit. So we hear this and we're like, oh shit, the song's not good. It's not a good song. It's a terrible song. Anyway, we don't got much time, so let's stop talking about Jack Harlow. Let's talk about Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick Lamar, suppose album comes out tonight. Should be out in about maybe 20 minutes, actually. By the time we get off of this album should be out. Starting with BChery. What is are you looking forward to this album? Do you think it's been too long since Kendrick's been gone? What do you think it's gonna be like? Tell me what you think.
I mean, I wasn't looking forward to it, but I definitely am going to give it a listen because I'm a big fan of his.
Right.
But normally, I ain't gonna lie, after Good Kid, Mad City, like, that's the only album of his that I keep playing over and over again. I might go to some other ones from the other ones because I like the funky beat in this, but it doesn't really sit with me, but it's still clever. So I'm there to listen to inspiration as an artist. I'm gonna listen to him for inspiration because I always know that he always tries to push the envelope. Hopefully it's something that, really touches me, a lot of them, because I know he can get deep, and I hope he goes back to like really getting deep like he did in that first album. Right. But I'm definitely gonna listen to him. Like I'm not checking for Jack Harlow at all. Like, if I happen to hear it, I hear it. But I'm definitely listening to Kendrick Lamar, riding to it tomorrow. See if I can get some inspiration and just enjoy what he does. But am I gonna still ride to it 3 weeks ago? Probably not. I don't know. Depends on what's on there.
Yeah, all right. I agree with that. Don, how are you feeling about it? Same question.
So yeah. So I mean, I wasn't like, it's not something that I was like, how a lot of people like anticipating Kendrick Lamar's album for years now. He wasn't dropping. I wasn't one of those people, but like I am interested to see how he comes on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have liked his features recently that he did, like on Baby Keem's album. You know what I'm saying? So if he comes like that throughout the album, which I don't think he is, but we'll see. But the recent single that he just dropped, that's most likely gonna be on the album.
That weirdo shit.
Yeah, it was different. but I mean, after I listened to it like the third time, I was like, I can hear it, but it's not something I like continuously bump. You know what I mean? It's
not
like,
a good song.
It's not a good song, but it has a message in it. Like, it's a message record.
And Kendrick, but it's still not a bad song. It's still not a good song. It's not a good song.
He's frozen.
Oh, you back? You good?
You good?
You back? You say it again.
I'm sure you understand this because you are a musician, as well as you, BChery. Music cannot just be, oh, I have a message and let me go in and fucking spit that shit. If the open what they call that shit, open word poetry or stand-up shit, go do that shit. And my problem with Kendrick Lamar is that he's borderline, because he's so focused on trying to get a message out to you and relate this thing to you that's in his mind, he sacrifices making good music for delivering a message. Because like B just said, his only album with actual replay value is Good Kid, Mad City. That came out in 13 or some shit like that, 2013, 2014. Everything since then has kind of been like, all right, it's good, but it's not something I'm gonna go back and listen to, you know what I'm saying, and ride around playing it, because it's just you kind of trying to drill something into people's heads. And I think this weird ass video that he put out just further insinuated that. Like, what, there's like a thing where people are like, when people are trying to prove a point to the point they're literally shoving it in your face, like, look, you know what I'm saying? He's now gotten to that point where he's literally made a video of him morphing his face into other niggas' faces to prove a point. It's like, nigga, buy a diary, right?
He's like,
diary. Like, what is you like? And the like all the mannerisms and like, bro, it's
shit
too
threw
much,
me. Yeah, it definitely threw me off
like,
when I seen
it. It was
it.
like he's going off heartbeats or something. But somebody on Twitter had retweeted it and said, "You scaring the hoes."
Yeah, boom, that you scaring everybody, my nigga. Like, you
scared the hoes, dog.
Nigga,
dog, you scared the hoes right now, bro.
Like, sit down, bro.
That's all they wrote. You scaring the hoes. It was going off. That
like
my dog, chill out a little bit, bro.
like just vibe, bro. Like we get it, my nigga. Just you know what I'm saying?
And I ain't gonna lie, I saw him morph into 3 people, and I was like, I can't do this.
Oh my!
I
can't even watch the rest of this. Like, this shit weird, bro. Like, what? Like, I don't know. But, as far as the album, I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to it. But like B was saying, like, I'm not gonna not listen to it. You know what I'm saying? He's someone who he's at least established a reputation for you wanting to hear what he has to say and hearing his opinion. You know,
his stage presence is beautiful. Like he puts a lot of art into his music videos. Like
he's an artist,
you know, you get the vibe that he's putting work in. It's not just like he's not a plant. He really does this shit, and he really takes care of it. You know, so
yeah. Well, for me with this guy, I feel like with me for him, it's like his timing is just really off, and I feel like another thing too is like he has this fixation on being the best or the best rapper or niggas that are real rappers compared to not. And sometimes I wonder, does he take these long hiatuses because he wants to, or is it because he has writer's block? That he does it because the most time that I want in recent, history or whatever, that I wanted to hear from Kendrick Lamar, what he had to say was during that whole George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, when all that shit was going on. Oh, I was praying that this nigga dropped something. You know what I'm saying?
That'll been the best
but he had
time.
nothing to say. And how are you this person that he didn't even go on? He didn't even make a video and speak and say something. He didn't even write a tweet and say something. Who are you?
At all.
He didn't say nothing.
Maybe he'll talk about it in this album.
He will. I'm sure he will. But that's my point. It's like, who are you that you think you're this person who's like, oh, y'all not even gonna get I don't even have to bless y'all with words until y'all hear it musically, until y'all hear it on wax. No, man. You've established your point as being this kind of like this black leader, that black people look up to as far as like your art and your reputation and how you view your logic. But every time niggas need you, you gone. We don't even see your ass when you about to sell us music.
He probably
on Instagram. I don't fuck with Drake. But the one thing I respect about this man is you gonna see him. Morning, noon, and night. Drake is gonna make sure you see him. Drake ain't gonna take a 10-year hiatus to come back and be like, buy my album, y'all. He ain't gonna do that. Kendrick Lamar does this every fucking time he has an album. He disappears into the night. Then when he comes back, he's like, yo, yeah, I'm here for y'all. You prefer
him to do drama before his album come out like some other artists?
What?
You prefer him to have drama before his album come out?
Like publicity
stunts. I'm not talking about drama. I'm talking about having a presence. Have some fucking presence. Be there. You see everybody else, even J. Cole. He had his little moment when he was, growing.
Who's better?
Dreads and all that shit. But he came out the cave. He put some fucking clothes on. And he started
the streets.
He started being on cameras. J. Cole be in the streets. You walk around New York City, you might catch him in Brooklyn. You get what I'm saying?
I always like J. Cole better.
You like J. Cole better? Who you like better?
Huh?
Jay, who you like better, J. Cole or Kendrick?
Now I'd have to say J. Cole. Before 2 years ago, I'd say Kendrick. To be honest.
This nigga album better be super fire. Like, this shit better be off the charts fire. Like,
he better give me like 6 songs I like.
But my thing is like the way and for him it works, but the reputation he's established, niggas ain't going to admit if this shit is whack. They're not gonna say, oh, this shit is
because people gonna call. Then he got some strong supporters that's gonna come at your head.
You will, because you gonna keep it real. This shit drop at 12 o'clock. By 12:01, you're going to see, oh, my God. Kendrick did it again.
12 o'clock and like
even listen to the album
30 milliseconds.
Yeah, like by 12:01, my nigga, when he dropped that weird-ass video. In the matter of seconds of him dropping it, flood. My shit was flooded with this shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like he needs to definitely, like, if he wants to be seriously taken as this, what he call himself, the Mr. Morale.
But his baby's still pretty young. Maybe he took time off to be a dad, because those pictures that look like, I'm like, dang, you was pregnant. Oh,
every rapper is a damn dad. Future's a dad.
But he's just a dad to one.
Future ain't a dad. Future's a sperm donor.
He's a sperm donor. This man is trying to be a father. Let me say that, a father. Maybe he's trying to have like a regular home life a little bit before he goes. Because when they drop those albums, they have to have tours. They got to do this. They can't be around. Maybe he didn't want to leave his girl alone and pregnant. Like, it could be a lot of things, and he doesn't care.
A pregnancy is 9 months.
Yeah,
A
9
months.
too
But he
long.
has 2 young
Kendrick
ones,
Lamar's
so that's
the
like
last
18
music
months.
this man put out was that Black Panther album, which came out like what, 2016 or some shit like that. Come on, son. Kendrick Lamar don't got no excuse. I ain't taking no excuse for Kendrick Lamar.
I hope he does a great job. I really does, because
And I hope so.
you gonna
too.
lose
this
one if
album
he
is fire,
don't.
I will be the first person to say it. This shit is fire. You know what I'm saying?
If this one's not fire, he's gonna lose you forever.
I'm already halfway out the door.
He got 1 foot out and 1 foot in.
Foot out,
Right?
I'm looking back. I'm trying to see what's gonna keep me. But if this ain't it, I'm out. Because once he dropped this, we ain't seeing him for another 5-6 years. That's it. He gonna go ghost true. Again. Like,
you're gonna have gray hair, balding, whatever.
The album drops today, and he's not even in America. He's in Ghana. He already preparing to be gone once this shit is out. He's already halfway gone. So I don't know. Like you just saying, B. I hope it's lit. I hope this album is fire, because the cover with him with his baby and the girl in the bed and the gun in his back. I'm like, all right, you better.
I can't cat. That's a fire cover. When I seen that, I was like, all right, that's pretty straight. I like that one.
It's a fire cover, but I just hope the music matches. That's all I'm saying. All right. So moving on, we're gonna talk about our last topic, the granddaddy, the one. Hopefully it doesn't take us too long because we've been kind of maxing on time anyway. But they done got him, man. They done got him. They done got Thugger, man. They done got Thugger and Gunna. They the feds did a sweep. They locked up everybody. Nobody gets bond, and most of us are not surprised by this because they've been snitching on themselves in this music for well over 4 or 5 years now. So I've been seeing a lot of like thoughts about this, obviously on the sides of their colleagues and their producers and stuff like that. You've mostly been seeing people saying like, this ain't no gang. The police is arresting niggas over their lyrics, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I believe. We're gonna talk to Don first. What do you make of all this?
I'm gonna give them niggas a pass, right? Not Gunna and Thug. I'm gonna give their homies a pass, like close homies. Like, I see Metro Boomin, he went on a rant talking about something, this is a stupid statement.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hold on. They get terrified every time an iconic black leader emerges with so much influence, respect, power, and appeal. So they throw some bullshit charges together to lock them up and slow the movement down. First of all, these niggas aren't leaders.
They're not leaders.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what I gotta fucking say about that. This is
my problem with these niggas. They're all so and I get it. You're on the top of the charts. You're the most listened to artist, whatever. I get it. They're so conceited in their minds, they literally think they're out here being leaders of the black community.
Yeah.
Because they got money.
They're not.
There are no way no leaders of no black community.
I don't care how much money they got.
And the funny thing is,
that's why they think that way, though.
Niggas like Young Thug don't even mention being no leader, no black community until they get in a jam like this. That's when they're like, "Oh, my black people, I'm with y'all."
You remember what he said when they brought up Black Lives Matter? You remember what he said?
I remember
that. I got on these shoes. I got on this.
I sure remember that. But then as soon as these niggas get locked up and on shit that they brought themselves into, exactly. Y'all not with us? Y'all not gonna support us? Y'all not gonna be here for us? Bruh, y'all niggas don't even date black women. Y'all don't even have black girls in y'all videos nine times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Why should we as a people come together to we already giving all y'all money by listening to your music every damn day. Why should we turn what we supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? I read that Metro Boomin thing and I'm like, yo. And then he said something on there about like, okay, because first of all, right, you understand what a RICO charge is. Mm-hmm. You understand what a police investigation is. They have been watching these gentlemen since 2015.
I think, before they even had the record label created.
Before they even had the record label. They've been watching these niggas for 7 years now. You think after 7 years of watching these niggas, this is all bullshit? That the feds, they making this shit up? What do you think, bro? If there's no way the feds would have finally made an arrest on these niggas if they have not got something.
They got a lot.
That's exactly.
And then a lot of people want to get mad that they're using lyrics against these people, right? But so when do you like? So when you got rappers, right, and they're talking all this street shit and gangster shit, and people are like, man, they not really about that. And they're like, oh yeah, they really about that. Yeah, these niggas really about that. So now when it comes to when they actually getting locked up for stuff they say in they raps. Now they really not about that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. It's all fun and games. Just like
exactly. It's all fun and games
Future,
until niggas get caught.
Future looks like a drug addict, talks like a drug addict, admits he's a drug addict in his music, but he does an interview and says, "No, I don't drink lean. That's all bullshit." And people actually believe this nigga. Like, what? The man is telling you he's literally confessing in songs how he's dying from drugs, but then he goes to interview and says otherwise.
He says he's dying from drugs.
Like, bro, you listen to even some of the lyrics that I've seen that the feds put into the paperwork that they're gonna use against. I'm like, bro, the man they're snitching on themselves.
Yo, I think I got one of the songs right here. What'd he say?
Like,
yo, hold on. Damn, did I save it? I didn't save it. Young Thug literally talked about some almost popped a nigga at Lennox. The feds know, the DA know.
Yeah, that's why he's like,
pay close to $2 million for my lawyer and all this stuff. Like, bro,
what?
Yeah.
Particularly,
you know, they be on drugs rapping and they just let it loose.
Just telling the truth in their raps.
And I think this is part of why they specifically fixated on Young Thug, is because he's the ringleader of doing that shit. It seems like all Young Thug can rap about is his crime. Like, literally all he can rap about. When you go to his lyrics for most of his songs, even a verse, like a feature, every other line is a reference to YSL being he even uses the term mafia, mob.
All this.
And they're trying to say that this is a rap label, not a gang.
Nigga, okay? Kendrick and Kodak is another one, because if you listen to his last album, he's with the shits too on that whole racketeering shit. He has a song called Smackers. The song Smackers is entirely about this entire situation. He has a lyric where he says, "Record label full of smackers, rap group with no rappers. I could get a nigga stretched." What does that mean? That means my record label is full of smackers. Smackers is a street term for hitters, niggas, shooters.
Yeah.
Rap group with no rappers, meaning none of these niggas is real rappers. I'm paying them because they are enforcing my gang. That's what we do. That is what that means.
But don't you think that when you're at that level, you will need protection, and sometimes it can't be just seen as security?
Why not?
Pharrell Williams is a bigger artist than all these people we're talking about, and he don't got no gang. He has security, yes. He has people, friends and family that walk around with him.
But some of these people start hitting people at like 11. You know, like they might have so many people that want to get back, like from when they were really young, being reckless. You know, like they got.
I don't think so, man. Look at 50 Cent. Look at 50 Cent. Look at 50 Cent.
If you look at this indictment, there are 27 other niggas in YSL that were indicted with these niggas. You need 27 security. What was them niggas doing?
It's probably an empire, baby.
Claims YSL was a label. I know.
I never heard of the other rappers. I ain't never heard of them other rappers.
Who are these 24 other niggas? Who are they? They rap group with no rappers. That's all I'm gonna say.
They all better got a mixtape ready when they go to court.
Yeah, good word. Because if I'm the judge now, I'm like, all right, where's our albums? Where's our mixtapes?
I'll be like, send me a Hot 16 right now on the spot. Let's go.
And what I've been honestly, what I've been saying too is everybody's talking about it's a racist thing, right? And you know they trying to lock black people up and we got another one where T.I. saying that why didn't they give KKK a RICO charge? But anyway, in Atlanta,
that one I kind of agreed with.
I'm gonna tell you in a second why I think that statement is pretty dumb. But anyway, okay. so the whole Atlanta police department that's getting them, all you seeing is black people. I feel like they trying to save their community from the craziness that you know, Young Thug, the DA, they black, the judge black, you know what I'm saying, black women, they trying to save their community because these dudes is really, you know what I'm saying?
I don't wrong them for it. These niggas are wreaking havoc, my nigga. They are to the point that even these white kids are starting to wild out because of these niggas, bro.
Exactly, bro.
I mean, that does make sense what you're saying, Don, because think about it. That's a representation of your location
Of
and
Atlanta.
like how
No.
that depreciates value in all areas where you could really lose money in your whole city.
In your
And
whole
it's
city.
gonna go and it can
And
go
all
to
these niggas, when they go on their songs talking about this, they repping Atlanta. They saying Atlanta.
how
I'm
many
from,
people gonna want to visit there if they know the murders and stuff is going
Bro,
Yeah, you
on?
just
Like,
breed it, and then you got the kids listening to the young bulls,
bro.
and you just
And
breeding
you
a
can
whole
tell
bunch of
that right
young
now,
thugs.
they're
And
looking at it like y'all trying to turn this into some Chicago shit. And we're not having it. We're not
Exactly.
gonna let y'all turn Atlanta into Chicago #2. You know what I'm saying?
and they be beefing with those niggas too. Like, oh child.
all
That's
that
what I'm
setting niggas up and like, come on, bro.
And these niggas talk about this shit openly and do it openly. Because think about it. How would us three be able to talk about this shit if we don't know them? I don't know.
How do I know? I'm just little old me.
How
What
do
do
we
you know
know?
how it is?
And these niggas are supposed to be leaders. They're stupid. Like, I can understand if they were smart about it. If they, like, yo,
That's my
I'm
point.
the type of person I am. Okay, cool. If you gonna get your money, bro, go get your money. If you wanna do foolishness and do dumb shit and get your money, you know what I'm saying? Get your bread, but don't like swindle other people to thinking that shit's cool and so other people can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
fuck
the funny
your
thing
life
is-
up. Don't fuck everybody else life up. Like, come on,
And that's the thing. Young Thug and Lil Baby and the Gunna, whoever could spit 16 and say this, that, and the third, their life is not gonna be affected by it because at the end of the day, they rich and famous and live in mansions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? These kids who that's listening, not even just kids, because it's not just kids,
Yeah,
but these
it's
people
not.
that are listening to their music and try to reiterate what they're hearing, you know what I'm saying, and do it. They don't have the lives these niggas have. They don't have the fallback these niggas have. They don't have the 27 YSL niggas protecting them and shit like that. You know what I mean? They're just destroying their community and themselves
Exactly. So
over these niggas'
They're
music.
pawns.
and back to what this nigga, Ti said. Why the KKK ain't been hit with a RICO?
Right.
So my thing with that is they ain't been hit because they're actually smart about doing their KKK shit. They got hoodies on. They're not out there saying, yo, like they're not out there flashing, taking their hoodies off and be like, this is me
Right.
and I hate niggas and I'm gonna go kill niggas. They got hoodies.
And they got no
hey,
KKK
look,
album out.
yeah. I want to protect my identity. Like
They don't drop mixtapes every week.
exactly.
saying what they do.
So this is like if you really look at it,
They're
it's
not on
just-
social media.
yeah,
they ain't on Instagram like, yo, what's up? We the KKK.
Because
bro.
I think they're saying black means something. What does black mean again? I forgot.
I don't know what kind of foolishness they believe. They believe a lot of dumb shit. But
let me ask you this though, because when Ti said that, like I said, I thought it was a pretty interesting thing to say. Where I would say I understand or I agree with what Ti said is like, okay, clearly for them to be doing this to Young Thug and Gunna and them, they had to have been watching them, right? That's the whole thing. For 7 years they've been watching them.
You can watch.
Huh?
Yeah. They're watching. Yeah.
They're watching them. So the KKK has been operating as a group or whatever you want to call them for the hundreds of years at this point. I'm pretty damn sure the KKK ain't just funding themselves off of working at Walmart and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If 12 really wanted to put an eye on the KKK and watch them like they watch these rappers, I'm sure they'd see some shit worth getting a RICO charge.
They have that. That means they'd have to have an eye on themselves.
Yeah. A lot of people saying that. A lot of people been saying that. Yeah, I can sort of believe that. Like it because it's a lot, back in the day when KKK was like a real big thing. A lot of the KKK members were in the police department and the sheriff's department and all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we all looking at Atlanta, and that's not the case in Atlanta. But with why KKK ain't been hit with a RICO, like I really believe is because
they're really getting these guys for like murder and stuff like that. It's like,
the KKK.
It's really kind of bad.
The KKK don't murder people.
I don't think anymore. I don't think we seeing bodies drop from KKK
cameras. They can
right now
because they buried them in their fucking backyard. And
like I said, they not if they are catching bodies, they not making mixtapes and rapping about it.
I'm just saying. I think if they catch KKK for bodies, great. But anybody with bodies, whatever. Because at the end of the day, like, what you doing out here murdering people? Like,
that's what I'm saying. But I would argue too. I'm pretty sure the KKK is dealing with human trafficking, drugs, and all that shit. The same RICO.
All in their bloodline.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
true.
sure. Like,
that's why
I said if they were to choose to watch them, but then like BChery said, that would basically be an internal investigation because a lot of these niggas
50% of the department KKK.
Word, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Like, hell no, we ain't
All
doing
I
no
see is
Rico.
they pissed off the wrong KKK person who they probably was working with, and they're like,
Who?
"All right, crap." Some KKK, like KKK could be anybody, right? So sometimes from what I see on TV and stuff, sometimes when people have big gangs, they do work with people outside of their gangs,
Right.
to make sure they straight. They probably pissed off the wrong person or, whatever deal they had. And they're like, all right, grab them up, you guys.
I don't think it was hard to catch these niggas, man. This might have been the easiest. Just they were just watching shit. Apparently, they said they watched 50 bodies drop throughout the course of the 10-year investigation or 9-year investigation.
50
yes,
bodies.
Apparently, they said they seen 50 bodies drop attached to YSL.
That's not. If you think about the time frame and what these guys are doing, that's not. I'm surprised it's not more. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's 5 people a year.
So there's. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So T.I. worried about the KKK. That's a stupid thing to be worried about. If there's 50 bodies that's allegedly attached to YSL, and they're not out there killing white people.
But basically, what they're
killing
saying
niggas.
is when your own is doing it too, you should be worried about that, not just when somebody else.
I feel like we should be worried more when our own is doing it to us.
We should be really more worried about what's going on in our home, because that's the representation that we're setting for everybody else, how to treat us at the end of the day. Like, you don't just say, oh no, why are we doing this? Like, but hey, people die every day.
And with their music, when they talking about killing niggas, they not talking about killing white people. They talking about killing they.
They're not. They
niggas.
They own song like
they talking about
they
other
wouldn't
niggas.
Put out a song like that.
Exactly.
And my thing is like, because like Dom was saying, it had to have been pretty easy. You have to think.
Yeah.
Some of these, some of these police officers and investigators, whatever, I'm sure they got kids. I'm sure they got kids who listen to this music. And I'm sure police officers have been in the car with Chad blasting that new Young Thug. Take that shit to motherfucking trial. And he's like, yo, what this nigga talking about? And Chad probably like, well, Dad, this is what he means. And he explains to him the whole thing. And do you not think as a police officer, you're like, yo, I might have something here. We could do a full-blown investigation into this shit and start catching these niggas.
Yeah,
I feel like the police officers understand more than we do, because they've been too busy coding. They're not even getting confused with the beat or nothing. They've been too busy. He said this in the last 2 albums. They probably understand the words better than we do.
Bro, and that's true. And you got to think, this is not like the early 90s even, or 80s, 70s, whatever. If them police officers is there trying to do the investigation and they don't even want to hear this shit, they be like, man, pull up Rap Genius. Turn this shit off. Just put the song.
Because they probably got their own episode talking about their damn lyrics.
Bro.
They probably got a whole interview. Yeah, so when I said drop, there was this nigga back in blah,
oh,
blah.
Yeah, exactly. They're just sitting there, all right, cool. Make it easier. There you go. Line this bitch up. Hold on. Hey, let's do a little more. Let's watch these nigga harder.
When it comes to 6ix9ine straight up snitching, how do you feel about people dry snitching on their tracks?
Well, to me, this is my thing. If you snitching on yourself, it's not really snitching. It's just you being stupid, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like you and Young Thug.
And it kind of takes people down with you, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Huh?
It kind of takes people down with you.
You mean like, what you mean?
You know, like Hot Boy guy, right? So he just blah, blah, nigga. He blah, 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 blah. Like, you just start
you mean like, when they do that, basically they're breaking down to you every position that everybody plays. Like,
That's snitching as well. I mean, like.
It's not.
It's snitching. It's just like a lot of people just don't have the mindset to really look at it as snitching. But like, bro, if your homeboy catches say I'm somebody's homeboy and I caught a body and I hear you rapping about it on a track, bro, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, yo.
Because even though I can't indict you, but somebody can.
Yeah.
And they got ears too. It's like,
so it's
a million people probably vibing with the right
that's
people.
That's the thing. Their own situation was their demise, because they could only rap about this shit is because people loved it so much. And it was because like, you're not gonna Young Thug is not gonna make a song about like, fucking walking around New York City in the rain or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
So is it Young Thug's fault or is it our fault for feeding into the tea?
You know what's funny that you said that was so interesting? And I gotta pull the actual the lyric up because I don't want to fuck it up. But yeah, I think because it's interesting that you say like, is it our fault or is it theirs? I would say it's like a cycle, I guess, because we are just listeners, right? I'm not helping Young Thug do these crimes. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy the music of him speaking of these crimes. So once that cycle starts, it's just gonna keep going in that direction because Young Thug sees his numbers and he sees, okay, the songs where I talk about this get this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, yes, our fault because we're embracing this thing and we're making the person have to keep reproducing it, but ain't nobody telling this nigga to reproduce it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's telling this nigga, oh, you gotta make songs like this, you got to. But it's just that he and us, we know that if he were to stray away from these topics, he probably wouldn't be as successful or his music wouldn't be as liked. You get what I'm saying?
You're forgetting a huge thing. Nobody's telling him to go out there and create a whole gang and actually commit these acts that he's rapping about.
That too.
Yo,
but like she's kind of saying, could he rap? Because like one of the other things I saw somebody saying was like, oh, and I think you kind of said it at the beginning, EJ too, was like, we want all our rappers to be real.
Yeah,
but when they be real, we get mad. So it's like, if Young Thug's gonna be on rap records talking about being a big mafia nigga and doing us mafia shit, he's gonna have to do it. Because at some point, if he's not doing it, somebody's gonna call us. Like, look, like I was thinking today, right? I was thinking about Pusha T, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know Pusha T as like the cocaine rapper, raps about cocaine. He even raps about it in a sense where like he's still doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the police have been like, let's take a look. And they're like, this nigga ain't selling no cocaine. That's why you'll never see Pusha T don't never get arrested.
But I don't think
Young Thug, you can tell they're like, he's really doing all these things. He was not lying. And then that led to the investigation, right? But if there was any solid proof that came out that Pusha T was really not about this shit he's talking, it would fuck up his credibility a lot and his reputation. That's why I feel like niggas like Young Thug think about that, and he goes, well, my only option right now, I gotta be real what I'm talking about, because if niggas catch me and realize that I'm making all this shit up or I'm exaggerating or whatever, that's it for me.
I think yeah, like, so BChery, so to answer your question, I think it is the culture's fault. It's definitely the rap culture's fault, because just for that right there, where like when somebody's rapping about something, if it's killing or selling drugs and all that, like, you want it to be real. Not everybody, because I don't care if you real or not. Like, if you rapping, if it sounds hard, if it's dope, if it's a dope track, cool. I'd rather just hear you rap about it.
But there's like different subdivisions of the culture where if you want to keep that you have to be that.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to like drill music, yeah, they definitely gotta be in it for their community. You know what I mean? Like, these kids watching. But if you want to be a rapper and you want to like possibly get RICO charges, go to prison, and possibly get killed,
I feel like if you felt like that was gonna happen to you anyways, it's whatever. But because you're getting millions, it's not so bad because you're rich. But either way, it's still bad because you go to prison. But I feel like if that was your life and you don't know a way out, at least you made millions doing it and you could take care of your family.
Now, Booms, I'm so glad you just said that, because at least it's exactly what I was about to show y'all.
Uh-huh.
Kodak Black has a song called Kodak Black has a song called He Loved the Streets. I don't know if anybody's ever heard it, but it's called He Loved the Streets. He has a lyric in the song, and I wanted to read the exact lyric so that I didn't get it fucked up. So he has a lyric. He says, my nigga, this is in the middle of the song, so it's not going to really make sense, but my nigga been gone for 5 years, but I be still visiting. I'm sipping lean and popping pills. You think I got the remedy? At least if I got killed in the field, it wouldn't be for anything, because that's where all my lyrics came, so that's where all my millions came. Think about that and how that relates to what she just said.
He ready to die for this shit.
The lifestyle you was living ends up making you millions by you just relating it on music to people, you're not gonna betray it. You're not ever gonna say.
That's true.
You're
That's
not gonna
true.
turn your back on it and say the man just said in this lyric he's willing to die in the field doing this shit. And even if he did, it wouldn't be for nothing in his eyes because this very lifestyle helped him get millions where he's at now.
Because a lot of guys die doing what they do, but they're just the little people.
Boom.
Like they didn't make nothing. The most thing they probably did was go on Instagram Live.
And that spins back to me saying, okay, because like, don't try and tell me this nigga a leader and this, that, and the other, right?
Right.
He died or he went to prison, catching RICO charges, whatever, doing what he did to make millions. Cool, right. But don't expect niggas to feel sorry for him. Like I can understand if you like your close homie, you like, oh yeah, free my dog, like you know what I'm saying. But sometimes you got to be real. I've had niggas that went to prison. I'm like, yo, free my dog, but that nigga did some dumb shit.
He did that shit.
Yeah, he did that shit. Either. Like what the fuck?
He get out, he gonna do it again.
yeah, it's like free my dog, but yeah, I can't tell you to say, oh, you know what I'm saying, like. Oh, feel bad for him because he's in prison. Just because he's in prison, right. Nah, that nigga did some shit, and he, you know what I'm saying, he's holding it down.
He didn't want to stop. He loved it.
Culture-wise, I think, and I can't speak for all black people, but I think like when we do say, that's why when we say like, oh, you know, free so and so, free my nigga, it's not in the sense of like free him because he didn't do nothing. It's more like free him because that's someone that means something to me that's now locked away. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless, free him. You know what I'm saying? So. But like you said, look, let's face it. The police ain't just driving around locking niggas up for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're not just driving around picking niggas off the street, especially if you're rich and famous. If Young Thug and Gunna are in this situation, they had to have done something to get them here. That's it.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So no matter what their friends and their colleagues want to go on Twitter and Instagram and say, oh, they're trying to arrest niggas for lyrics. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
So basically you trying to say every lyric that Young Thug has been rapping for the past 7 years was all bullshit just to make music? There's no way that's possible.
Well, I like his music, and
I love it.
I just hope that, you know, he learns from this because
he's going to do a long time with learning, boy.
Yeah,
he's going 25, 30 years.
He better come out and do some pop music. It's okay. He done did his tenure, and he could go ahead and
the real question is, y'all think what y'all think Gunna going to do? Because, like, I know you said Gunna knew everything that was going on, which I believe he knew, but like just knowing, catching 5-10 years just for knowing some shit.
Let me tell you, Gunna's gonna be like, y'all bring a microphone in here, and I'll sing. I'll make a whole album. I'll sing. I'll tell y'all everything y'all need to know.
The culture's gonna be like, yo, that's fucked up. You a snitch, but I'll be like, yo, that's the smartest thing to do. To be real. I can be honest with you.
The only reason why I don't respect snitching, well, I don't respect snitching in general, but the reason why I specifically don't like snitching in RICO situations or like how like 6ix9ine did it and shit is because as an adult, if you get into some shit by choice, you should know what you're getting into, and if it goes south, I don't think you should be in the position to start pointing fingers and bringing everybody down just because it went south. You get what I'm saying? That's not fair. If me and EJ look at each other and we say, we're about to go, if we make the decision, no matter who made the idea first, that we're going to go inside and rob Forever 21, and we come out and get caught, I can't say, oh, EJ, it was EJ. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. Because it was not just EJ. You know what I'm saying? We made the plan together. 6ix9ine went on that stand and snitched on a whole organization that he made. Like, you created this shit with your money. How you snitching on it and getting us in trouble? You know what I'm saying? I don't respect. To me, just like with Young Thug's music, I've listened to Gunna's album, and that shit is riddled with references to all this shit. So clearly, you was involved in some type of way.
Yeah, but I don't know. We gonna see what he end up doing because like I said, I mean, I've heard his records, like I said, but for some reason, I feel like he's not as connected as Young Thug is. Like he probably, like you said, he knows everything. I feel like he knew everything.
Lyrics, bro. I'll send you some lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you some.
Maybe because I don't listen to Gunna like that. You're right. Maybe because I don't listen to Gunna like that. Maybe you're right.
Sometimes Rap Genius too. When you listen to these niggas, look at rap, you're like, you'll see things that you be like,
caught a body right there on 45th.
You should have made songs that reference peeing in girls' mouths and stuff like that, and peeing on women and shit. Niggas don't even know he be bro.
Because it's
Bring
not,
up rap news sometime.
you know, it's not looking good for these rappers with these RICO cases because Casanova just pled guilty to his RICO charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's already looking at a minimum of 5 years.
And then he said he was suicidal, and people was like, he shouldn't say that because they gonna lock you up in that little dark room.
Oh, he said he was suicidal? He said
I
that?
think that's like a tactic their lawyers tell them. Because Kodak Black was yapping the same shit when he was in prison.
They gonna lock you in that room. But they're like, it could be really dangerous for him in there. So
Yeah.
But before we close it out, let me ask y'all. So what do y'all think worst case scenario? As far as time or whatever, what do you think? What do y'all think Young Thug and Gunna is gonna get?
I don't know.
You don't even.
So I can think like I said, there's gonna have to be a lot of telling. If Young Thug don't tell on nobody, they gonna keep saying he's the boss and everything, right? Yeah. So he gonna get damn near the max. They gonna hit it. They gonna put it on him. You know what I'm saying? Unless he decides to take a plea and start telling on people.
What's the max?
The max is. I don't think he'll get the
60.
max. I don't think he'll get 60. I don't think he'll get 60. But
he's not gonna get 60.
He'll probably get like if he just doesn't say nothing, don't tell on nobody, he gonna probably get like 20, 30 because he not gonna take a plea. The plea is probably gonna be with him telling people, whoever did this murder, I know you know because you rented this vehicle, let us know. And he's not gonna say it. Vehicle. You know what I'm saying? If he decides to take
what's gonna kill him is them bodies, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he takes it to trial, they probably gonna get that nigga life.
But
Gunna, he'll probably get like 5 or 10.
But keep in mind, Pooh Shiesty he kept quiet in his situation and got 5 years and he was not. It was in RICO. It was just a gun shit, right?
Yeah.
So if Pooh Shiesty got 5 for that, I feel like Young Thug and Gunna is about to get at least 10 years each, at least.
Yeah, no, I think, like I said, I think.
Dan, do you think it's over for them in the rap game, or are they just gonna be like?
If they get 5-10 years, it's over.
Nah, bro.
You don't think
not
so?
For that.
Not for Gunna.
They're gonna be like in their 40s. Well, for sure, Young Thug.
No, they not. Wait, are you talking about if they get 10?
Yeah, if they get 10.
I think Young Thug is like 28, 20. He's like my age. He's like 29, I think, or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, or 28.
Okay, so yeah, he's still gonna be young.
But it's not even so much about the age. It's if will your music keep you up? Because like we were talking about before on the show, look at Pooh Shiesty. He had a big buzz. But since he's been in, you can see it's kind of like it's dying down.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't really listen to nothing new that Young Thug has done. If I have, I don't even.
I mean, just last year, everybody was with the ski that shit.
And it wasn't even that deep. It was just a TikTok move. I never just sat there and listened to that song.
Yeah, honestly, I think 5-10 years it'll slow their career. They're not gonna come back out.
It'll slow it.
Yeah,
but I feel like they still got that street cred, that still street thing, that keeps them relevant.
That shit's gonna be over with. All they niggas is gonna be locked up too. They ain't gonna have no more street presence.
The only rappers gonna be Chance the Rapper, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. That's gonna be the only rappers.
Bro, they watch it like you said with Kodak.
That's gonna be around.
Like you said with Kodak. Troy watching Kodak right this moment too. He like you said,
nigga. Let me tell you something.
They got eyes on that man.
I don't care what they post on Instagram or what they not, whatever. Kodak, Future, and Lil Baby, they nervous as fuck right now. Yeah. Trust me. Especially Lil Baby. The feds released official paperwork saying that they're also about to look into Lil Baby. So I already know them three, Kodak, Future, and Lil Baby right now, they like.
Yeah, Lil Baby, Lil Baby over with. I feel like they're gonna run up on them too. I feel like they're gonna run. Like I said, I told y'all boys in the text, a lot of these states, they learned from the 6ix9ine case.
Yeah. From
that 6ix9ine case, since it was so big, they got some pointers off that thing. And now you're gonna see mad RICO charges. This ain't gonna be the only one. We seen it. There's mad RICO charges going on. Casanova just pled guilty to one. So they've been taking notes. And it's gonna take them down one by one.
You think they had an undercover in the gang, stuff like that?
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised, boy.
Yeah, you're right.
You'd be like, "You was my friend, dog."
No, I'm a police.
I'm saying, man, every time
I let you take my kids to school, bro.
Every time they need to look at every time they done hung out with J. Cole. I bet you he's in there with a notepad. Like, you said 5 bodies? Shit.
And all them damn people, bro. Like, the one thing I tell people who want to do some dumb stuff is like, yo, don't do it with a group of people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do your shit alone, bro. Like, if you want to do some stupid stuff, do it alone. Because
if you try to make that, you need the organization.
Yeah. Don't do that shit alone.
You need a gang, bro. You need smackers, bro.
Once you get into that organization, once it gets to 20, 30, 40 people, you're going to have the few
they
that
need smackers,
get turned out.
Bro, listen to this. I listen to this song every day, and I didn't even like realize until looking at this. So this is the part of the smacker song. This
Let
is
me hear. I'm gonna play that tomorrow.
Huh?
I'm gonna play that song tomorrow.
It's a hard song. It's hard. Quite a hard song. You hit out the car with a Draco. Finesse, I'm making you pay for it. Bitch, get on your feet. I had to dive in the deep. Last time I snipe who I see. Bodies be cheap. Kodak the one with the vision. I got my click in position. They listen to me. Got all kind of movements. I keep shooters for my shooters in case.
Keep shooters for my shooters. That's why.
Shooters for his shooters.
Yeah, that's why you see 27 people, because their shooters need shooters and those shooters need shooters.
Bro, last time I snipe who I see. Bodies be cheap.
Man, paying for bodies, boy. And people be speculating that Kodak been dropping these bodies.
Well, from what we see here, you paid $11,000 for that body, but this body was about $7,000. That's why you say it's cheap? We got a discounted rate this time?
if niggas don't think that Troll is on them at this moment.
Listen to this. From same song, KTB, which is him, Cutthroat Bill. KTB killed that boy Cutthroat. Walk in my room, it's a gun show. And I get high off the gun smoke, high off the meth. Better off faking your death than faking with me. You say you a stepping in step. Record label full of gangsters. Only vultures at the table. Bitch, I'ma eat. That's a confession. That's a full-blown confession. That's what
he's like, confessing in his raps. People talking about some, we don't want people to use like your rap lyrics for, it's like Hollywood. It's like using a movie. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard, bro. The stupidest shit, saying, oh, you wouldn't use somebody, what they saying in a movie against them in court.
But people do get sued in movies for portraying just like a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know you're talking about me. Like, there's this guy.
A movie has a script, and 9 times out of 10, it's not written by the person performing the line.
Sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is. That's what I said. That's why I said sometimes. But things like this, rappers, you go to the credits, they wrote all this shit.
Yeah.
That's why I say rap itself is such like it's like it literally caves in on niggas itself because of the what it is and what you have to do to even be a rapper. Because it's in rap culture, it's negative or frowned upon to have a ghostwriter or to not write your own lyrics. So niggas can't even say like, I didn't write that shit. Somebody wrote it for me, and you can't even say that. You know what I mean? Kodak Black cannot tell nobody, oh, I didn't write that. That's nigga,
that's gonna ruin his career. It's gonna ruin his career.
Yeah, that's what's so ironic about it. And then it's like, okay, technically, they could make this kind of music without being so specific. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true. That's what I'm saying, bro. Look at Rick Ross. Rick Ross had a beautiful career, and he ain't get no damn charges for nothing. And that man is the biggest boss.
When we were in high school and all that, and niggas, there's always been gangster rap. There's always gonna be gangster rap. But it seems like it's only been in this new phase where it's become a thing to literally specify what you're doing and incriminate yourself. Like, I wouldn't want to participate in that shit. Like, you know,
like, I'm out. This ain't for me.
Like, I'll do my crime. I'll do what I do, but I'm not gonna talk about it on my records. That just seems stupid.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if you're really doing it, don't be spitting. Don't be talking about it on your records. Do your shit and keep it off wax.
But as a writer, sometimes the words that come out of you is what you went through in life, man. It just comes. It sounds so fire. It sounds so fire.
That is the problem. I think every time,
like Jay said earlier, get a diary, my nigga.
Get a fucking diary. Because it seems like every time Young Thug puts a pen to a paper, he's like,
you better off pillow talking. You better off pillow talking, my nigga. At this point.
And then, which is that too. If you listen to rappers' lyrics, they'll talk about, oh, don't pillow talk with these bitches. Don't tell these bitches what you do.
But you tell 1,000 bitches now.
You better off.
Yeah, for
You better
real.
off telling them bitches because your audience is clearly getting you into court.
At least nobody's gonna believe her. I swear to God, he said that. Yeah, whatever. Nigga,
Yeah,
you
right.
went
Bitch,
on
you
a
wasn't even with Young
track.
Thug.
It's recorded.
Like
Everybody hear over and over
before,
again.
I don't feel one lick of bad for these dudes
No,
that
I
are
feel
getting
bad.
caught up in these RICO cases,
No.
or getting their lyrics
It's
used
kind of
against
like,
them.
you know, you're at a point in your life, like, try to do something better. Because
especially once you got the millions. Young Thug could have stopped doing this shit 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is what it is. It's 12:30. This was a very good conversation.
Every time we get BChery on the episode, we hit about 2 hours.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. But thank you to BChery. Thank you so much because we definitely needed and wanted your presence today, and it was much appreciated.
I love it. I love y'all. Y'all lit. You know.
Yeah, but we try to be. We trying to get like you. So hopefully we have you on again in the future. Thanks to everybody that was in the chat with us the whole time, putting in 2 cents. You know, we're going to keep bringing y'all the info. We're going to keep talking about it. So make sure y'all follow us.
This person, this crazy person. Reunion XL.
Oh, you know that person.
We know who that is. We know who it is.
You know who it
is. I'm going to subscribe to everybody.
But
if I can.
But yeah, man. So shout out to everybody. And we're trying to figure out the next episode. Obviously, it's probably going to be next week sometime. Don, you got anything?
Nah, I'm good. Appreciate everybody in the chat.
You got anything?
Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed.
Me too, man.